Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.
Hello and welcome to another sensational episode of Classic Restos. Of course, not possible without the continued support from Shannons Insurance and Penrite Oil. If you've got a classic vehicle, whether it be a bike, a car, a truck, home and contents, make sure it's with Shannons Insurance. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote on 134646. Their website is also very comprehensive and detailed as well. You can sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club, where you can list your car club or search for a car club there and interact with enthusiasts just like us. The Shannons Club truly is your garage. Find out more when you visit Shannons online at shannons.com.au. And when it comes time for the finest in oils and coolants, you can't go past Penrite. The trusty 308. Can it use Penrite? My word, it can. Got more zinc in the oil, makes it a better product. It's been established since 1926. It's Australian made, Australian owned, and the Penrite Technical Assistance Team is there to help you 7 days a week. Find out more information about Penrite Oil when you visit Penrite online at penrite.com.au. And remember, oil right. Use Penrite. And on this week's episode of Classic Restos, if you are into your Holdens, well, this event is for you. Well, this morning it's an early start, and here in New South Wales, this Holden event would have to go down as the grand final, the big daddy of Holden car events. Welcome to the 2014 All Holden Day here in Clarendon. How symbolic is our own car, the Holden, starting back in 1948, with the 48215 meaning the year and the 138 grey engine's cubic capacity. It was a roomy car that could hold 6 people. It had generous boot space and offered a range of different interior colour choices, featured a glorious waterfall-styled chrome grille, could manage 80 miles per hour on a good day, return up to 30 miles per gallon on fuel when driven sensibly, and over 120,000 were built, which was quite a milestone. Holden has always had a special place in Australia's history as the manufacturer of the first successful all-Australian car. In the 1850s, James Alexander Holden came to Australia, establishing a leather and saddlery business in Adelaide. By 1924, the Holden and Frost bodybuilding business was renamed Holden's Motor Bodybuilders and became one of the world's most advanced production lines, etching itself as the exclusive body supplier to General Motors in Australia. The company's greatest growth period was in the 1950s and the 1960s, when it captured more than 50% of the total Australian car market. Imagine those statistics these days. Holden achieved a sales record of 19,000 Holdens in 1 month and exported cars and components to more than 50 overseas destinations. In the early days, the Holden was mighty, and the tradition has stuck with many generations of individuals and families over many decades. Over 800 Holdens here today in one location in 2014. Well, that just reinforces the Holden legacy even further. I don't think there's a better way to start today's show than with the car where it all began. The 1948 215 Holden as featured. How are you, David?
Mate, I'm good, thanks, Fletch. How are you?
Good, thank you, good. Thank you for turning up in this beautiful car. It's had a bit of a resto. How long ago?
It had a resto about 10 years ago. I've owned it for about 3 years. The previous fella did a coat of paint and redid the trim, but you still got original chrome and glass, and it's going strong.
Okay, tell us about the interior.
The interior's a red leather. It's a little bit red, but it's good. I enjoy it, and it smells really good on a hot day.
It's a bit red. It's a bit red, but it's nice. And as alluded to earlier, back in the day in 1948, there were quite a choice of colours for the interiors on the Humpy Holden.
There were, yeah. And when you got to the FJ Specials, you had the nice the button trim. I'm a great fan of the button trim. I love those.
Holden were always generous with their bodies and the way the doors closed, the engraced with their chrome. There was a lot to be said for the old Holden. And as for that trusty 138 grey engine, I mean, not the most powerful unit around, but credit where credit's due. From 1948 right through to the EJs in the early 60s, that ran for.
Yeah, they had a good run, and yeah, they were great. Yeah, they started small. They got a little bit bigger, but they just kept on going.
Yeah.
They were great.
What's it like to drive as a car? Make you feel pretty proud?
It's great. Yeah, you've got to get a lot of waves, get a lot of smiles, so it's great. You just cruise along and enjoy it.
That's awesome. David, thank you so much for your time bringing this Holden here to, one of the biggest car shows in Australia here for Holden here at Clarendon. Well done, mate, and it's good to see that you're preserving this car. We're all temporary custodians of these vehicles. I mean, as I said many times before, in 50 years from now, I'd like to think that a lot of these cars are still going to look the same when we're all gone, and they'll end up in museums or goodness knows where, but it's just great to see the ones that are left have been preserved.
Yeah, that's right. I hope this is here for a few more years to come, and it's going to outlive me, that's for sure.
Good on you, David.
Thanks very much, Fletch.
Got a bit chilly. Fletch, you had to put the jacket back on. How you doing, Darren?
I'm very good, Fletch. How are you today?
Good, mate. Nothing like an early start, eh?
Oh, yeah. They're always early at the Holden Day.
Absolutely. You guys are keen. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, no, all the way down from Lithgow, but it was a frosty start this morning, and here we are.
Only way to go. Now, Darren, we've moved through the years a little now. We've got a 1960 FB Holden. Beautiful sitting here in the paddock, mate. Tell us a story.
It's a bit of a rare one, this one. Normally an FB Holden will be two-toned. It'll have the secondary colour down in the flash there. This one was ordered and made from the factory as a single coloured car. So on the ground as a coloured car, it's very rare. The only other time you'll see that is a black car. Wow. It's a unique car here today.
So obviously cheaper back in the day to have it ordered like that?
I don't think so. No, it was probably more inconvenient, if anything. It was definitely documented that way on the paperwork. Yep. The tags under the bonnet reflect that it's only the one colour. I think it's just something that, given the colour of the car, Castile green, the original lady owner, Muriel, must have wanted it all one colour. So
it's beautiful to see the stainless steel trim still there, representing the outline of where the two colours would have met.
Yeah. A lot of people think it's a standard model tarted up to make it look like a special, but it's in fact not.
Interesting, as we move through the years, 1960 now, we look at the subtle trim changes as opposed to David's 1948 215. The door trims are nice, the obviously change in dashboard as well. Let's just look at those door trims for a moment. I mean, they're quite stylish, aren't they?
Yeah, they incorporate a bigger armrest over the earlier models. The glass line on the car is a lot lower, so you can actually see out of the car better. The great cars are reverse parking. You just got to put your hand up on the seat and turn around and away you go. Yep. The dash is well laid out. This has got a unique dash in it as well. It's the first model to have like a ribbon type speedometer as opposed to the old traditional needles. Yes. And the gauge clusters are well appointed because everything's in front of you. So.
That's also good to see you've kept the original radio in the dash too there, Darren.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another accessory for the day. It's a must in the modern world, but very much a prestigious thing to have back in the day, where a good radio was worth a good £100, so stacked up against a car that was £1,100, it's a substantial investment.
Yeah. I mean, in some sales dockets you can see a heavy duty suspension option at $29.95, and the radio came in at $80.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so even a heater in this car, it's an accessory, but it's a necessity to have on the road. And Holden has evolved over the years to slowly introduce that sort of stuff into its lineup, but very slow in doing so.
Yeah. I mean, NASCO played a big part too with their range of accessories for these early Holdens as well, like the knuckle scuff plates behind the door handles, different features.
They really thought of everything. I think in the modern car world they really do lack these types of touches that the old cars have. There's everything from the little H's on the hubcaps and the dress rims. There's a lot of stuff that you could buy for these cars.
They were built back in the days of finesse. I mean, they even had their little fins out back, taking on some American styling there based on the Chevs as well. Of course, the trusty little 138 Grey engine still humping along under the front there.
Yeah, no, it's a tried and tested motor. It's still the original engine in this car, and it'll happily sit on 80 k's. If you don't push it any faster or harder than that, it'll do the job all day.
Who cares at the end of the day driving around this beautiful car, eh? Window down, arm out the door, mate. Just lap it up and enjoy every minute of it.
Absolutely, wouldn't be dead for quids, as they say.
Thanks, Darren.
All Holdens.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, Fletch. Enjoy your day.
When it comes time for classic vehicle, home and contents insurance, plus an opportunity to sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club. You cannot go past Shannons Insurance. The Shannons Club is truly your garage. Find out more when you visit Shannons online at shannons.com.au, and you can also pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote on 134646. And the finest in oils and coolants stick with Penrite, the best in the business, have been around since 1926, Aussie made, Aussie owned, and the technical assistance team is there to help you 7 days a week. Find out more at penrite.com.au. Back with more classic Holdens after this. Welcome back. Just want to share this with you. Walking around these big Holden events, or any big car show for that matter, it's amazing what you'll find. How's this for a score? A 1973 Holden LS Manaro. This car is on to its second owner, and the car was purchased back in 1973, and it's got an astounding 30,000 original kilometres on the clock. Can you believe that? Trusty little 253 sitting under the hood there, hasn't been reconditioned at all, stock standard as the day it left the factory. The interior, beautiful black, in great condition as well. Obviously too, the padded roof as well, the vinyl roof is in remarkable condition. There's no rust around the car at all. This is one really clean, straight body. No matter what angle you look at it, from the doors, from the bottom of the guards, the stainless steel trims across the sill, everywhere you look, this car is a brilliant, clean example. Just don't give up your hope in your quest of finding your classic car. Just keep looking, because you just never know. It could be just around the corner from you. Okay, with me now we have Noel, the president of the New South Wales All Holden Day. Noel, how are you doing?
Good, Fletch. How are you this morning?
Good, mate. Good. The enormity of this year's event. This has got to be the biggest, right?
I reckon it's pretty close to one of the biggest in New South Wales right now, as All Holden Days.
It's a credit to you and the team putting an event together such as this to celebrate the mighty Holden here in Australia. I mean, what an accolade.
It's great. Holden has been here for so many years now. They've developed so many great cars for this country. It's a shame what's going to happen later on in life, but that's life. But we're here to prove that Holden is strong, Holden is great, and our day is fantastic. We've got 802 cars on display here. We've got beautiful weather. Yep. We've got plenty of food vendors here. Yep. And our money from our day goes back to the community, the charity, community groups. Yep. And that's our goal. It's a great time here, and a big thank you to our volunteers, a big thank you to the community supporting us. Come on out. So next year is our 30th birthday party, and it's going to rock. We've got a big surprise coming up on our 30th.
Awesome. You've heard it from the man himself. Got to be here in Clarendon, New South Wales for 2015. Is there a website people can check on?
Yeah, there is. Just Google New South Wales All Holden Day. That's it. Just New South Wales All Holden Day. They'll find it, and we're there.
Holden Day. That's early in the series. That was before .com.au came out. You got in there early.
I can't help it. I'm old.
Thanks, Noel.
All the best, Fletch. Have a great day and enjoy yourself here today.
Will do, mate.
Go Fletch, go classic Restos. Woo!
Moving through 2014 All Holden Day here at Clarendon. Time for Brian. How are you, Brian?
Well, thanks, Fletch.
That's the way. I just have to come into the EJ row here. It looks absolutely fantastic this year. Your car, 1964 Premier. Have a go at this. The first car here on the end of the row, mate. It is stunning.
Thank you very much.
Didn't they do a lovely job on these Premiers?
They did. They fitted them out well. They're nice and comfortable. They ride well. They got good lookers. People want to see them.
I mean, at Holden's too, I mean, wow. I mean, didn't they churn them out like sausages back in the day?
They did. I forget the exact number they took out of the EHs, but it was the most popular car, most bought cars before the HQ.
Yeah.
Yep.
They drive so well too, don't they?
They do. Yeah, they're not modern day cars, but they drive well. They hold the road well.
Okay, let's talk about that. We've got a 179 up front.
That's right. 179 Hydromatic. Runs well. Different sort of gearbox than what we run in these days, but it runs pretty good.
But they still did the job, Brian.
They did. No, it made us along nicely.
I mean, many of these cars were the types of cars where the families would load them up with the kids, put a caravan on the back and do Sydney to Brisbane. I mean, that used to happen.
Well, that's what you had to do in those days. Yeah. Plane flying wasn't all that prevalent. No. Cost too much money.
Only the rich flew.
Only the rich flew, that's right.
Okay, before we let you go, Brian, what's the colour of the car?
Colour's roebuck pearl with a Fowler's ivory roof.
I love the interior. I mean, these interiors of these Premiers, very nicely detailed.
Yeah, they are. And then they're comfortable. The seats are very comfortable. Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah. Good on you, Brian. You're doing your row proud here today, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Fletch.
Now, do you want to give your club a bit of a plug?
Well, our club is the EJ Owner Drivers Club of New South Wales. Primarily for any Holden, really, even though it's predominantly EJ, any Holden 30 years or more.
Got a website?
Yes, www.ej Owner Drivers. We meet the third Monday every night, the Viking Sports Club at Wright.
He's keeping up with technology as well. Good on you, buddy.
All right, thank you, Fletch.
Thanks, Brian.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Right.
Time for Carl now. How are you, Carl?
All right, mate. Yourself?
Good. 71 HG. This would have to be one of the most pristine Kingswoods here in the paddock. Beautiful car. Tell us the deal, Carl.
Well, I just bought it about 7 years ago and been restoring it for the last 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I can remember my father had one of these. Same engine, same model, sales rep's car back in 1971. So I can honestly say, as a kid, I remember one of these. It was a great car.
Yeah. I don't mind them. I grew up with them and that sort of thing, so I thought I'd get myself another one.
That's the go, Carl. Now, if we talk classic restos here, you've done the build. How long did it take?
I took 5 years all up, from start to finish.
Yeah. What's the go with the steel bracket hanging down underneath the bonnet there? What's going on there?
It's a bit of security,
Looks like something you'd hang a pot plant off or something.
Yeah, well, that's what, in the spare time, when it's parked in the garage, that's what I do with it,
So really, though, it's a security thing, right? The last owners put that there and so you can put a padlock through it on the underside of the inner skirt.
That's it, yeah. Take the battery out of it and stick the old padlock on there.
Well, that's so innovative. I think it's something that a really old guy would do.
I think so, yeah. I have been told that an old fella did own it prior to me, but I thought I'd leave it, adds a bit of character to the vehicle.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a tribute to the fella too, a bit of innovation on his part.
Yeah, that's what I thought,
Carl, tell us the colour of the car.
It's Cascade Green. So, yeah, it's all done in acrylic and that. I did it in my backyard, in the garage, and, yeah.
It's absolute a credit to you. Let's look at the inside. We've got the original interior going on there. Wow, that brings back memories as well.
Yeah, it's all original. That's how I tried to keep it, and that, down to the radio and all.
The trusty 186 up in front there. I mean, probably one of the best red engines that Holden made. I believe at the time they were all good, but the 186 was good.
Yeah. It's just all reconditioned and that. Nothing special, Good, reliable motor.
The go years ago was the 186 out to the 192, wasn't it?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Love the car. What you've done, your attention to detail here. We look at the restoration, the rocker cover, the engine, decal stickers, colours around the engine bay, brake lines, right down to the air cleaner and how you've done this, mate. It's, like I said, 10 out of 10 car. Good on you.
Thank you very much, Fletch.
That's all right. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.
Bookings are now being taken for Fletch Tours 2015. Picture yourself touring delightful Carlisle, Pennsylvania, taking in 3 of the largest car events in the world, whether it be a Ford, GM or Chrysler Nationals through Carlisle events. Then it's a return in August to the Motown city of Detroit, taking in its region and the Woodward Dream Cruise. For more information, go to classicrestos.com.au and click on the Fletch Tours icon for more contact information. Back with more Classic Holdens after this. Time for Rodney on today's show. How awesome is this? 1978 HZ, but not just a 78 HZ. It's a Sandman and a very, very nice one. How are you, Rodney?
Good, thanks, Fletch. How are you?
Good, mate. Good. How cool are you with this?
Oh, I love the Sandmans, Fletch. I had a Sandman, a Jasmine Yellow Sandman through the 80s. In fact, I asked my wife to go to the drive-in in a Jasmine Yellow Sandman, HZ. Wow. She come to the drive-in and, of course, today it became her everyday driver. Yeah. When we get in the Sandman, myself and my wife, we think we're 21 again, so we're reliving our childhood.
Yeah, well, we probably better stop this part of the conversation right here, because we'll have to call it Classic Restos, the 1am edition.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Rodney, what was the condition of the old girl like when you started, mate? Because it looks like it's gone through something fairly extensive, but then again, the body could have been very, very well to begin with.
Yeah, not an extensive restoration, this one. One of I wouldn't say a barn find, but a shed find on a property down near Wagga. It was found in a shed, and I purchased the vehicle from there. No rust much to speak of in the body itself, which is very uncommon for these vehicles. A little bit of rust in a rear quarter behind the rear wheel. Paint, crow's foot paint, cracking, etc. So basically this van, we soda blasted it, undercoated it, tidied it up and repainted it outside only, put some new seat covers on and some new door trims, and that's how she is today.
That's awesome. I love it. I mean, as soon as you look through the door, look at the seats, look at the dash, the sports dash, everything is so nice about this car. And I mean, getting towards the end too, we're looking at final generation of the original full-size Holden, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And this one, in fact, the AM radio, the original radio, still works, and the speaker is still the original speaker. So I think that's something that's pretty good. It's not cracked or anything.
I love that. The speaker, still the original speaker. Back in the days, ladies and gentlemen, when cars had one speaker, because that's all we needed. Now, under the hood, what's going on there, Rodney?
It's the 253. It's the original motor. I've done no tidy up under the hood. It has got chrome tappet covers. One of the previous owners, or the previous owner, had put them on. Probably not painted in original condition, original 230,000 kilometres. So under the bonnet it's a little untidy, this one, but still goes well. And
4-speed box?
4-speed box. 10-bolt Salisbury Def is original, and as you said, the GDS instruments and all those sort of things in the Sandman, the bucket seats, the 4-speed, very comfortable car to drive, and especially having radial tune suspension. That's my particular thing I like about HZs.
Wasn't that a big thing too, the radial tune suspension, the RTS when they came out in the 70s? Well, it was a front and rear sway bar, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And I think they adjusted the camber to suit the radial tyres.
It worked at the time. It made a big car half handle well, and that was their aim at the time. No mattress in back, so no sleeping in there on the way back, Rodney. So between just yourself and me and maybe a few tens of thousands of viewers, mate, nothing might be going on tonight with you and the wife.
No, well, this one there's no mattress in the back, Fletch, but I do have a yellow HZ Sandman that's got a mattress.
Oh, well, he's got backup. He's got plan B. Mate, wonderful talking to you, Rodney.
Thank you very much.
No worries, mate. Love your Sandman. Good on you.
Thank you.
How cool is this? We've got a 17-year-old guy here. We've got Joey, and he's got a 73 LJ 4-door Tirana. How are you, Joey?
Good, thanks. Fletch, yourself?
Good, mate. Good. Now, tell us the story. Is this your first car?
This is my second car, but yeah, I've owned this car for about 6 months.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much got it the way it is. Just done a few little things to it just to tidy it up.
Joey, where did you find a car like this?
Well, actually, my dad found it for me. Just happened to drive past it. It was for sale on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And he gave me a call. I was at work, and yeah, I just said, yeah, get it if it's good. So,
Man, you're 17 years of age.
yeah, that's right.
1973 LJ Tirana. Have a look at the condition of this car. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, this car obviously has not had a hard life. I mean, I just thought that cars like this, I just didn't know you could find these sorts of cars anymore. I mean, the paint's pretty good. Inside the interior is just brilliant. And just to see it original and no one's got it and mucked around with it over the years, it's just a very well-kept car, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it hasn't been treated badly or anything.
So what's your plans with it, Joey? You going to keep it the way it is? I hope so.
Yeah, it's going to stay the way it is, yeah. Yeah, I'll keep it stock for now.
Yeah. Now tell us, through your eyes, what do you love about the old cars?
I just love the style, really. Like, I do appreciate new cars and stuff, but just love the style of the old Holdens mainly, yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
That's good. What do you got under the hood? What's running under the bonnet there?
Just a stock 173.
Yeah, it's all right. That's all right. Nothing wrong with a 173 and a Tirana. I mean, they were never a heavy car by any means, and I bet it goes along pretty well. I reckon it would.
Yeah, it goes pretty good for what it is, yeah.
It's fully sick.
Yeah, it's fully sick, yeah.
Joey, I think it's really good. Thanks for being on today's show. This is important because it's Joey's generation, the next up and coming to our fraternity for our classic car movement, and I think you're representing it very, very well. Number one, just 10 out of 10 for finding a car like this, preserving a car like this, and I reckon you're pretty cool owning it, mate. Well done.
Thanks for that, Fletch.
What is more cool, a 17-year-old guy buying a brand new LJ Tirana in 1973, or a 17-year-old guy buying one in 2014, 31 years later? I'll let you decide.
Well, there you go. There's just some of 2014 All Holden Day here at Clarendon, New South Wales. What an event indeed. Now, classicrestos.com.au, as you know, is the website that you need for the DVD boxed sets of the show, Classic Restos merchandise, information on joining us on a Fletch Tour in 2015, and contacting the major sponsors as well. As I say at the end of every show, no matter where you're watching from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching.
You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.